Hello! It's your friendly neighborhood Canadian, RVD the Dudar. That's right. Brand new name. Brand new little thing. Same old read, but just, yeah. Because, we're living in strange times. 2020, social justice warriors, woke, virtue signaling, all this stuff. Identity politics. Just trying to stay on the safe side. Because, I am a real person, real human being who does do things in the real world. Anyway, RVD the Dudar. That's the new name. That's what we're going into in celebrating my future anniversary later this month, I think. Year 6 or 5. I gotta double check that. Amateur low end YouTube channel. Me. Opinionated. Usually happy. Yeah. So this is just a quick video. I just wanted to say there's a couple YouTube channels I think you guys should watch, subscribe to, enjoy. And there's a couple that I want you to watch and be confused by, just as I am. Is that fair? Okay. I know, it's weird. It's a weird. If you haven't subscribed or watched Red Letter Media, I highly recommend it. They're my favorite YouTube channel now. Have been for the last few months. I've always enjoyed them over the last year or so. They do lots of things. They do lots of content. They're in Wisconsin, Milwaukee, I think. That area. Green Bay, somewhere. I don't know. Somewhere over there. But they do great videos. They do lots of movie reviews. They do a best of the worst. They do half in the bag. They have an interesting collection of normal, everyday characters who do a good job of, talking about movies, talking about pop culture. And I highly recommend them. Red Letter Media. I discovered them with their Half in the Bag series, which is them. It was them for a long time, having some drinks, having some, adult soda pops, and reviewing and talking about movies. And it was funny because, they were getting drunk. They started mispronouncing words, names, it was just funny, as entertaining. And, most people get more honest when they drink. So, yeah. My mail just came. Or the mail just came. Someone just came. Anyway. Not me! Bazinga! Robert Meyer Burnett. He has a YouTube channel called the Burnett Network. And, that's my second favorite thing. I'm just double checking that I'm getting these little things right, because I want you to actually look. The Burnett Network. He does a show every day. It's called Robservations. Because YouTube now is a good place to go to. Back when I was a kid, young teenager, it was like watching Entertainment Tonight, Access Hollywood, Inside Edition, hard copy, stuff like that. That's where we got our entertainment news, pop culture, movie news, risque information, stuff, weird stories. And now it's a different age, right? Live TV, I'm sure there's still shows like that on, but most people seem to be going to YouTube. And Robert Meyer Burnett has a really good show that I highly recommend. It's called Robservations. He's been in the Hollywood industry for a while, on the fringes. He's done some work. Producer, editor, huge Star Trek fan, very educated, very wise, very opinionated, but he's very well spoken. So I highly recommend looking up his YouTube channel, the Burnett Network, and giving him a shot, because I highly enjoy it. He's my second favorite person on YouTube now. Obviously, John Campea, he's Canadian, checkmark. I like John Campea. He does get a little preachy, and he comes off sometimes a little like he's better than you kind of aura. He does, but I think he means well, and I still enjoy his show. John Campea's show, used to be on Collider back in the day when Collider was awesome, and AMC Movie Talk. Back when I got my friend Mark into YouTube, he was a big reason why I was watching YouTube and started watching YouTube content besides music videos and movie trailers and, Screen Junkies, Honest Trailers and stuff. So John Campea is also a very good YouTube channel to watch, to enjoy, to get movie news from, and get Hollywood news and pop culture news, and he'll dissect it and go over it, and, he makes a lot of good points too. But I mean, it's just nice to hear other people's opinions and points of views, and I enjoy that. So I highly recommend those YouTube places to go. Now, if you want to laugh and get angry or confused, I'd like you to check out two channels that I'm kind of, I guess I'm hate watching in a way. One of them is Nerdrotic. I don't understand. I don't know enough of the history of this channel or this man from San Francisco who looks like a homeless hipster douchebag and what his thing is, because apparently he hates everything. He hates Star Wars. He hates Star Trek. He hates women. He hates Doctor Who. He hates women. I don't understand why he's so angry. And he really is a good example of the whole media mainstream angry middle-aged white man. He looks like that in spades. I call him a hipster douchebag because he looks like he's homeless. And he hates everything. He hates everything. So I don't know enough about him and stuff he likes, but he's one of those people that hates new Star Wars, hates Disney Star Wars, hates new Star Trek, hates Doctor Who, Doctor Who's a woman, and sometimes they come across like they're angry because the quality of writing isn't as good, and Hollywood is trying to impose their morality in movies and productions. Like now Hollywood, thanks to the Me Too movement and Time's Up and stuff like that, and All Lives Matter and Black Lives Matter. There's a whole bunch of things, injustices in the world and in the entertainment industry that has happened over lots of years, hundreds of years, decades, depending on what it is, right? But it seems now that a lot of this stuff is coming through in Hollywood, and whether maybe it's the way we interpret it, but a lot of these angry old white middle-aged people on YouTube seem very triggered and angry about everything. And as much as you and me can nitpick Zack Snyder ruining the DC universe, or are in a happiness with maybe Brie Larson as Captain Marvel because she's not a very good actress, even though she has an Oscar, or the DC Extended Universe and how maybe Disney Star Wars didn't have a plan, right? They didn't have a plan for the new trilogy, and J.J. Abrams is overrated, and the Mystery Box, and whatever's going on with Picard now, with poverty coming back, racism coming back, Star Trek characters are swearing. There's I think the murder count in the new Picard TV series is up to 60 people have been murdered. Murdered in a Star Trek TV show. Murdered. That's crazy. But it seems like there's a whole bunch of older, middle-aged, white. They're all white except whatever Victor Von Doomcock is, because we don't know who he is. I'm getting to that, because he wears a mask. There's a whole symptom now of people on YouTube that are old, middle-aged, angry, white American people who are upset and triggered about everything. And whether some of their valads are legitimate or not, these two channels, Nerdrotic and Overlord DVD, with a guy who wears a Doctor Doom-like helmet, speaks with an altered voice. He calls himself Victor Von Doomcock. I'm not making this up. I know I'm a fan of adult educational material, if you know me in real life and stuff. I'm not making up his name. His name is Victor Von Doomcock. I couldn't. It's like Gladiator, right? So anyway, I don't know what his ethnicity is. I'm suspecting he's black, which is cool. But it's usually white men who are angry about pop culture, Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who stuff. And it's funny. And it triggers me, because then I get angered, and I get hate watching, and I get worked up, and then then I ask my friends about Star Trek, and they're like, ah. So it's just weird. So anyway, this is just a quick little video about a couple YouTube channels I think you should watch, you might enjoy, if we like the same kind of things. And then a couple YouTube channels you should check out and go, are these guys okay? Especially the neurotic guy. Is he on medication? Why does he hate everything? There's a whole market for Star Wars haters, geeks and gamers, the fandom menace, right? There's this whole fandom menace thing where all these people are not my Star Wars, and Star Wars isn't the same. And we can debate Disney Star Wars. I hate The Last Jedi. I hate Rian Johnson and what he did to Star Wars, and wasting energy and Kathleen Kennedy's lack of a plan. And I'm one of those Star Wars people that's like, how did Disney screw this up? When Lord of the Rings trilogy is right there, when like even the Hobbit trilogy, which people have some issues with, overall people enjoyed the Hobbit. But Lord of the Rings, the greatest movie trilogy of all time, or God forbid the original Star Wars trilogy, your blueprint is right there. It's like when Time Warner, DC, and now apparently they're owned by AT&T, they screwed up the DC Cinematic Universe, right? Mostly because of Zack Snyder. That's a whole other story. But the MCU blueprint is right there. Just do what they did. Just do it better and a little bit more adult. So when Kathleen Kennedy and Disney Star Wars, I mean, everyone was like, oh, Force Awakens. There was a hopeful thing. Yeah, there were some issues with The Force Awakens, but most people were happy. And then The Last Jedi came and cracked the fandom like Vin Diesel and Furious 7. I love that reference because that movie gave me fucking mental retardation, I think. Like it mentally, I think it stopped my growth in a lot of ways. That movie fractured my soul. I'm never going to watch a Fast and Furious movie ever, thanks to Furious 7. And anyway, so The Last Jedi has divided the Star Wars fandom. So, and then The Rise of Skywalker didn't help by making a movie that was like Zack Snyder's Batman v Superman with lots of scenes, non-stop action, scenes, don't think about it, we're moving on, don't think about that, that doesn't make sense, keep going. But then the more you rewatch it and think about it, you go, oh, that didn't make sense. So anyway, those are some YouTube channels I think you, if you follow me, which I appreciate, or subscribe to my channel, might enjoy. So the good ones: Red Letter Media, Robert Meyer Burnett, the Burnett Network, and the John Campea Show to get some information about Hollywood, movie news, gossip, casting, some TV stuff. Those are good. And then the couple YouTube channels you should check out that inspire my anger sometimes: Overlord DVD, Victor Von Doomcock, and Nerdrotic, because I don't... do you hate life? Do you hate life? Why do you hate everything? It's fucking hilarious. I don't understand. I love Star Wars too. I loved it as a kid, as a teenager, you know. I have a Star Wars poster right there, right? I have an Avengers poster right there. I'm still a man-child who enjoys things, pop culture things. I'm always going to do that. And yeah, I've got my things that trigger me. Zack Snyder. DC. Sometimes internet wrestling fans. Right? Trigger me in a bad way. Not like sexy MILFs, women in high heels, MILFs. A nice booty, shiny coins, chocolate milk. Right? Those are good things. Just YouTube is a weird place right now. So, anyway, this is my random video. Just my recommendations on some YouTube channels to follow that I enjoy, and some YouTube channels you should check out, and maybe they'll inspire your anger. Anyway, cheers. Thanks for watching. I'm your host, RVD the Doodar, and have a great day. Cheers.